Oh, there it is. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to call you Boom Boom.
Welcome to the channel, I'm Bernie. Today we've got a What's in the Bag with our newest member on the bus tour, Josh. It's amazing where you find people. Like, if you want to find Josh, in the past they've been, I mean, where's Josh? He's at the bar. So we thought this was quite applicable to do a What's in the Bag with Josh from Ray's Bar at Churston Golf Club.
So I've taken up the assistant professional role here at Churston. Started my PGA training in October. I was a member here for about 3 or 4 years beforehand. When I turned professional off scratch. You know, I'm looking forward to getting my PGA going and progressing, getting to the coaching side. I've been doing a bit of playing currently, not put together like particularly great scores, but I'm starting to work a bit harder. I haven't been playing as much as I'd like to, but starting to work hard now, practicing and getting out playing more. Got some stuff coming up in the near future, a few tournaments, winter medals, etc. So yeah, it's exciting times. Let's see what happens.
So interesting fact, you were a plumber.
Yeah.
So fully trained, fully qualified, had your own business, and now gone into golf. So that's a bit of a change, bit of a step in a different direction.
Yeah, it's a big jump. I started my apprenticeship at 16, straight from school, and I basically have been plumbing since then. I've always had the ambition to do this, but never really been in a position to or had the opportunity to. The job came up at the right time, and I took it, and I'm going at it full force, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's something that I've always wanted to do, and I'm going to go after it. And you know, I've spoken to Dan and spoken to Harry, who is obviously my boss in the shop, and yeah, there's a lot coming in the near future. I've got quite a lot of ambitions moving forward with coaching and stuff like that, playing wise as well a little bit, but we'll see what happens, and yeah, keep an eye on what's going to go on in the future. I think actually the oldest club in the bag, got my putter, Odyssey, the old White Hot 7 with the Super Stroke. It's actually a 3.0 grip on it. It's quite old and battered. I'd need a new one. If you could help me out with that, Lester, that'd be great.
No problem.
I've actually, yeah, I think the 2.0 these days is a lot smaller than that. 3.0, sorry. It's you know, I've had it for years. Everyone always says to me, why don't you change it? But I love it. It's sort of a bit of an old trusty of mine. I think it's even slightly bent at the bottom. It's sort of toe down on the club, but yeah, it's not something.
For you, there's no point changing it.
Yeah, it's not something.
No head cover on it. That will worry people at home, Josh. They love a head cover.
Yeah, see, I'm not one. I like on my woods. I like a head cover, but no, not on a putter. Especially on this one, it kept falling off all the time, so I got a bit lazy, I suppose. But yeah, now no head cover, and it's not something I'll ever change. Really, it's a really good putter, and really enjoy using it.
So what wedges have you got then? I had a little look earlier. I put my hand into your bag, pulled a few clubs out, and I noticed your wedges don't match. They might be the same brand, but they don't match, do they?
They don't, no. So I'm pretty standard with like changing degrees. So I've gone 4-degree increments, but I've got 60, 56, which are both SM9s.
That's the Vokey wedges.
Yeah, and then in Vokey. And I've got a 52, but that's an SM8 in a Vokey. Why didn't you change?
Why didn't you match them all up? How come you still got that? Is that an old favourite or?
No. So before I got the changed any wedges, I had a bit of a gap actually. I had 60, 56, and then went up to my pitching wedge, and I found I was hitting a lot of shots with a pitching wedge that weren't too comfortable. I was having to play a lot of really soft shots, which I don't mind doing, but there was a big gap and I had space in the bag to fill the gap, so I wanted to put a 52 in. At the time, to be fair, I probably couldn't afford all three, so I just went with a 52, and the plan was to get the other two in SM8s when I could, sort of thing. They changed over to the SM9 basically fairly quickly, and I didn't get in time. So then when it come to new wedges, I bought the two SM9s. So I've got 4 and an L grind in the 60, 14F in the 56, 12F in the 52.
Okay, pretty sort of standard fit for them?
Pretty standard, yeah. I got fitted by Ben Hiscock from Titleist.
Yeah, we know Ben, he's been on the channel a few times, yeah.
Yeah, so he came down, we did, you know, a few pitch shots, Bit of like chipping around the greens, went in the studio for yardages, stuff like that. Got pretty standard like loft wise and even bounce and lies, but it's what I was fitted for, and to be fair, I wouldn't change anything at the moment.
He's a good fitter, so they'll be right for you. What shafts have you got and what grips?
In all three I've got the same. I've got the Project X 6.0 precision shafts, spit it out, and then the Z Cord Golf Pride standard size, just with an extra wrapper tape underneath. Same in all three. It's the Rifle Project X as well. I went for a slightly softer shaft in wedges, just for like feel and stuff around the greens. It was something that to me it felt a bit nicer, just around the greens and stuff like that.
There's two sort of ideas with that. So if you go softer in your wedges in the shafts, you can feel the head more. Some people like that feeling. If you go heavier in the shaft, it tends to take a little bit away from actually feeling the head, but it's just personal preference really, I think personally, from my experience. But yeah, that's different to your iron shaft. So we can move on to the irons.
Different, yeah. So we'll move into.
So what irons have you got?
I've got the Titleist MB irons, 620 forged.
Yeah, beautiful set. Dan had a set of them, obviously
nice
right-handed, but yeah.
That's the pitch and wedge, which is 47 degree.
So what have you got? What's the makeup of clubs? What do you start? Is it 5 iron or 6 iron in them, or?
No, so I go pitch and wedge to 5 iron in those, in the MBs.
And a heavier shaft in your wedges?
Yeah, and I've got a heavier shaft, same grips, Z cord with the extra wrap underneath. But I've gone for the 6.5 precision rifle shafts, so extra stiff. And yeah, that's a shaft I've used in my old set of irons. I think in the 2 previous set of irons I've had those shafts and just always got on with them. I really like the Project X shafts. I've tried a few different shafts previously when being fitted, but these
work for you.
These work for me basically.
So you got a 4 iron in your bag. What's your 4 iron?
Yeah, so up to the 4 iron, I've got the T100.
Okay.
Same shaft, Project X 6.5, same grip as well with the extra wrap, but T100. The reason for that was just a little bit more forgiving. If I wanted to go to a 4 iron off the tee, little bit more, slightly more forgiving, because I do like to, with the distance I get, I'd like to sometimes just put a 4 iron off the tee and for a little layup for a nice
standard length, standard line.
Standard length. In all of my irons, I have 2 degrees flat.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, standard length, 2 iron. Yeah. So,
we all love a 2 iron, don't we?
Yeah. I had a hybrid previously, which wasn't right for me at all, to be honest. But so I changed out when I got fitted for the full set of irons, and same again, same shaft, Project X 6.5, same grips, but we got the T200 2 iron.
Nice. Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, which, you know, is really nice. To be honest, I haven't had this set for too long, so not used them like overly, but I'm really getting on with them. This 2 iron's a nice club to have in the bag. I find it really consistent off the tee, and it's really nice just to have that club where I can, if I don't want to get the freewood or driver out the bag, and hit a nice positional play shot really.
It's your fairway finder.
2 iron, yeah, I'm pretty confident I'm going to hit it down the middle basically. We move up now into my second oldest club in the bag.
This is an old beauty, isn't it?
Old beauty, this one, yeah. Proper special.
Original head cover as well.
Original head cover, yeah. So we've got the Callaway X Hot 3 deep. This was an eBay purchase years ago when I didn't really know what I was doing. And yeah, I needed a new freewood. I think I'd snapped mine, the head was a bit damaged, and I thought, right, it's time to buy something new. So I went on eBay and found this little beauty.
That's a fixed head, isn't it? You can't even adjust loft
head,
or light angle.
No adjustment, literally just standard.
And it works.
I've
seen you hit it, and it does work.
Yeah, I like it. It's consistent. It's probably one of the favourite clubs in the bag. I've always really liked it, to be honest. Goes a fair way with it being 3 deep. It's actually set at 13.5. I think, is it 30? There you go, I don't even know.
Don't need to
13 degree it is.
You know it works.
So it's pretty strong. It's got the Project X 6.5 in there. But yeah, and it's got the Align, which was, I used on my old set. I had the Z cord Aligns with the extra wrap underneath. I had that throughout the whole set until I changed. So that one's still on there. But yeah, I really love this club. Good old trusty, really.
Yeah, brilliant.
I am a little bit of a Titleist fan, yeah, definitely.
I don't think you can be connected with Churston without being a Titleist fanboy, to be fair.
No, so we've got the TSI 3.
Yeah.
Which really nice club. Got the Tensei White X Flex 65 gram in there.
Yeah.
For the shaft, and same again, Z cord with the extra wrap. It's set 10 degrees and set on B4.
Yep.
But yeah, it's, you know, I absolutely love this club, to be honest. I changed from the Night Covert, so I had a very old driver that had been in the bag for a long time and it was spinning a lot. And I changed to this, and since, you know, it's made quite a fair bit of difference to my driving of the ball, really.
Fitted for that?
Fitted for that, yeah, by Ben as well. He came down for a fitting day and I jumped on the end of his fitting day basically and got fitted for this. There is plans maybe to look at another wood possibly with the old trusty. I'm not sure whether to change something that I can flight a bit higher into greens and stuff, but ever since being fitted for this, it's what's made me think about that. I've obviously now got driver, 3 wood, which is quite strong, and a 2-iron in the club, so they're sort of more tee shot clubs. So it's sort of into the long par 5s or really long par 4s, playing off back tees, where I'm thinking I'd quite like something that I can flight a bit higher into greens.
I'm exactly the same position as you, using 2-iron and then a low lofted 3 wood. There's my 2-iron, as you know, goes low, so it's getting that flight on the longer holes and getting the ball in the air. So yeah, maybe even a 5 wood or something.
Yeah, 5 wood, maybe 4 wood, something like that.
Yeah.
It's something I'm going to have a look at, have a little play around with, see what happens basically.
Noticed I got some balloons for you there, just to celebrate you turning pro and you being on the channel, so no problem. Thanks.
Did you pick the colours as well?
Yeah, pick the colours as well. Pink for you and stuff.
You
yeah,
very well.
Thank you. So what rangefinder or GPS are you using?
So I've got the Bushnell. This is really old. Bushnell Tour V2.
The V2, yeah. Still a good good device.
Yeah, you know, it still does the job. Well, it should do.
Yeah.
The button on it actually is broken, so I'm changing the battery in it a lot at the moment because it doesn't turn on.
Drains your battery.
So yeah, I'm going through Bushnell batteries like no tomorrow. But yeah, had it for years. Got bought actually as a birthday present by my family on my 18th birthday. I think it was. A few people chucked in a bit of money to buy it for my birthday. So it's got a bit of sentimental value to that one as well.
Yeah, brilliant. What golf ball are you using?
Yeah, so I use just a standard Pro V1, mark up with blue. That's to do with football really. Birmingham City, I'm a Birmingham City fan.
I thought you said football. They don't play football, do they?
A bit like West Ham at the moment. No. But yeah, so just mark up with a blue dot above the Titleist on both sides and just a little mark out on the Pro V sign. So
you're a bit different. You're a bit of a Freddie Couples. So for anyone who's not in their 40s, who doesn't know much about Freddie Couples, he played on tour for many years and never wore a glove. You don't wear a glove either, do you?
No, never have. Just not felt comfortable with a glove in my hand. I occasionally wear, I have got some rain grips for when the weather is absolutely horrendous and struggling to grip hold of the clubs. I will put some rain grip gloves on, but other than that, don't wear a glove at all. It's more about feel really. Never really felt comfortable with it. And I've always played without it, so it's something I'm used to. I suppose my hands, you know, especially being a plumber as well, having a tough hands, I can take the impact a little bit using the Z cords, but I've always played that way, and I wouldn't change it, to be honest.
No, if it works, mate, don't change it. Anything else you got in your bag which is a little bit different? Have you got anything, any sort of sentimental things? Anything special to you?
A few little bits. I've got this is where I keep all my sort of little bits, teas, etc. So that's obviously at the Belfry. I went years ago with a family, picked that up, and I've used it ever since. I was probably only about 11 or 12 years old really. And in here I've got pitch mark repairer. So that's from Whistling Straits out in America. Yeah,
played it?
No, never played it.
No.
My old man went out and played out there and bought me back that, and ever since I've used it. I've never changed it. I've bought pitch mark repairers from other clubs as little like keepsakes, but just never changed that one out. Always use it. I've got the Churston Club scrubber.
That is the second best scrubber in golf now. It used to be the third, but it's the second, just behind the Sunday Show one.
I must admit, I've never been offered
to
attain a Sunday show one, so maybe that will be one for the future.
Got some new merch coming, you can purchase it like everybody else.
And then we've got my ball marker, which we got at Royal Birkdale.
Oh, lovely. And you've played there, haven't you?
Yeah, I've played there, yeah.
Yeah, that's...
lovely track. Got a few other ball markers in here as well, but yeah, that's the one I use mainly. And just a few other bits.
Have you not got a special pencil? I thought you had a special pencil.
Oh yeah, and the special pencil, which yeah, this is a good memory. And basically, I've got Glenn Richards, who was the old head professional at Churston, and I always keep that in there. It's the only pencil I use, to be honest. Just a good memory keepsake. You know, for those who don't know, passed away unfortunately, but he was an absolutely top bloke, and yeah, it's a good reminder and a good keepsake to keep in the bag, to be honest. So
yeah, some nice words. I totally agree with you. He was a top bloke. Anything else then we got? Anything else exciting in there?
Well, exciting. I'm not sure what you'd say. I mean, I've got an old scorecard. I would have.
Yeah, we like that.
Manor.
Oh, Celtic Manor. Yeah. You're pulling out some names, aren't you? Some brands.
Yeah, old Celtic Manor one.
So we actually went there and cleaned up, didn't we, one year?
We did, yeah.
The team event. I think you were about 16 or 17, and
yeah, we went on a little jolly, I suppose.
Society, and we were literally four of us went in a car, and we couldn't get all the prizes in the car, could we, on the way back?
Well, we actually stopped going up because it got quite embarrassing, because we were going up for every prize: longest drive, nearest to pins, best gross. We went up for everything, and then got lost on the way home in the car.
We were never invited back, were we?
No. But yeah, no, that's it really. Got a few waterproofs and stuff that I keep in here, but other than that, that's it really to my bag.
Brilliant, thanks Josh, thanks for sharing what you use in your bag. We all wish you well in the future with your PGA and being a golf professional. You will see much more of Josh as well. We're going to have him on the channel. He's agreed to come on as much as he can, much as work allows, same as Harry, so you will be seeing more of him. So thanks very much for what you've done so far, and good luck.
Yeah, thank you very much.
In your future endeavours.
Yeah, and see you soon. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you see, then hit the subscribe button below and keep an eye on what's going on the channel. Thank you very much.